This is our pilot version of a program which we hope we'll be able to repeat. Thank you very much for coming tonight. The poems that I will read, some of them are by myself, some of them are by the Brontes, and some of them by contemporary poets who had a connection with the Brontes. There are thousands, so I've only chosen a very small selection. When I don't announce the author, that means it's written by me. But otherwise, I will announce the author for you. There are all sorts of connections and echoes between the poems, so I've paired them and put them in threes. Some of them are sound connections in the words, some of them are quotes that they share. But if you listen carefully, you'll hear those connections. Moor. Off the motorway, spray, flatbacks, tiredness can kill. To wrap himself in rocks, hear holes, sip iron wash. He climbs to the knoll, views cattle distantly neat, watches tiny moths mob heather, carries on up and up until he loses houses, finds flatness, leans into the rain wind, soothed by the stretch of sky, the absences. Spellbound by Emily Bronte. The night is darkening round me. The wild winds coldly blow, but a tyrant spell has bound me, and I cannot go. The giant trees are bending, their bare boughs wade with snow, and the storm is fast descending, and yet I cannot go. Clouds beyond clouds above me, wastes beyond wastes below, but nothing drear can move me. I will not, cannot go. High Waving Heather by Emily Bronte. High waving heather, 'neath stormy blasts bending, midnight and moonlight and bright shining stars, Darkness and glory rejoicingly blending, earth rising to heaven and heaven descending. Man's spirit away from its drear dungeon sending, bursting the fetters and breaking the bars. All down the mountainsides, wild forests lending one mighty voice to the life-giving wind. Rivers their banks in the jubilee rending, fast through the valleys a reckless course wending, wilder and deeper their waters extending, leaving a desolate desert behind. In sumptum heat, I leave the kissing gate to pass courgettes and his and hers cheap chairs, their white upstandingness a calm duet beyond the tautened warp and weft of graves. A last glance back towards the sisters' home, and then I'm up and out and moving briskly past tyke terriers, a man in a grungy hat, and a smart scarved girl I'll call Aisha. Branwell, storm lad, atheist, striding torrent, rail clerk, and your father's main hope, so forcefully morbid on the page, with the hop bitterness of an intricate winter ale, though you prowl proudly with the Spartans at Thermopylae. Your shaken character, a locked cupboard you split your way out of, to lurch to snugs of otherness, while your sisters sit, seemingly busy with small things, their every sinew stretched on tenterhooks of passion. And in the end, when you hurtle down and down, the whole rickety hostelry of you is rent and riven, tossed in the air by the dreary wind, as you scream to the desolate earth, "Speak, Maria, my sister, and say to me, I am not come too late to thee." below Heptonstall. Ibbo's in a donkey jacket. We're down in the woods, kicking a soggy march of last year's leaf mess. 20 of us. The Kurds sing, "Who let the dogs out?" They bark, they howl. The fulling mill pounded out a rhythm in these trees. Clogs from down the valley clayed up before the sun rose, and John Wesley rode in on his mare with her short legs. Rutger says, it's like a mountain, steep, a scramble. He's been there. My cousin, he die, very cold, very cold. Policeman follow, gun, my friend, he die.